All right, we're going to leave our viewers in a moment for New South Wales. Also Victoria, you've got the 6 o'clock news coming up. We will continue our coverage in a moment for Queensland as well. A lot of details unfolding throughout the afternoon as well as the evening. At this stage, though, we know 65 people have been killed in the earthquake in Christchurch. Stay with us, Queensland viewers. Now the 6 o'clock news.
About 200 people possibly in the building.
Just stay away from the edge.
God knows what else. It's just huge.
There is deceased.
What do you do? What do you do?
Never seen anything like it in my life.
Shock, disbelief and fear stalk the streets of Christchurch, the southern New Zealand city shattered by another powerful earthquake that's taken a terrible toll.
This is 9 News with Peter Hitchener.
Good evening. It's the second major tremor to hit the region in 5 months. But unlike the September quake, which struck during the night, this one hit at the worst possible time, the middle of the day, and it's claimed at least 65 victims. People were working in downtown office buildings when New Zealand's third biggest city began to sway and then crumble. Damien Ryan begins our coverage.
Dazed and bloodied, they emerged from the rubble of a quake that took less than a minute to destroy a city. From the air, an awful view. High-rise buildings buckled, broken, and a race to find survivors inside.
We know there are people trapped in there.
Cameras caught the moment. Christchurch crumpled.
It's a live earthquake. This giant rock's just fallen on the RSA building. It's terrifying.
Everywhere there is dust, confusion and fear.
The building beside us toppled and a couple down the street actually toppled as well, so we were very lucky.
It just came and we couldn't get out. It all collapsed and all the doors were shut. We had to smash the window out.
Street upon streets of crushed cars, buckled footpaths, fallen masonry, entire buildings reduced to piles of bricks.
Let's move them out of this high danger area.
Rescue workers frantically dig at the rubble. They try to get to the cars, but it's hopeless. No one can be alive under this.
This building comes down, you got no chance. Can you all go back there, please?
And the danger is far from over. Here, survivors scatter as more masonry tumbles around them. Smoke billows from some buildings. For many hours, fire and explosions from ruptured gas mains would remain a real risk. Sewage flows from shattered pipes, here forming a sinister-looking whirlpool.
It's the Pine Gold building.
At the Pine Gold Guinness building, a delicate and dangerous rescue gets underway. This woman is trapped on top of the wreckage. Step by step, a fireman guides her down. Safe in the embrace of colleagues, her face tells the story. One by one they come, the injured by makeshift stretcher, to a field hospital set up on the grass, wrapped in blankets and pillows salvaged from a wrecked hotel. Office workers who've suddenly become victims of a disaster. The timing of the quake couldn't have been worse. Lunchtime and the city centre was packed. The injury toll so massive they ran out of ambulances and cars took over. And all the time, more are carried out of a building that could collapse any moment. They are distressed and frightened for those they've left behind.
He was stuck under his desk, and but then he got out because he was trying to get over to me, and I don't know if he's got out.
I think there's about 10 people still on my work in there.
It was the same across the city. Rescue after rescue, halfway up an office block, and women brought down by firemen. This rescue was from the 17th floor of a building where the stairwell had collapsed. There was no time to wait for help. Workers used a skip to reach colleagues inside the wreckage. Aftershocks rumbled through the day. Emergency services urged people to get out of the city. But in the immediate confusion, parks became a safe haven. Mobile phone services jammed as thousands tried to ring their loved ones. It wasn't just the city centre. Homes in the suburbs copped damage too. Unlike the last quake, this has taken a heavy toll in human life, and it left New Zealand's Prime Minister visibly shocked.
The look on people's faces, the people just sitting on the side of the road, their heads in their hands. This is a community that is absolutely in agony.
As every hour passes, the number of deaths continue to rise. The search and rescue mission is only now getting into gear, and the country is dreading what it might ultimately find. Damien Ryan, 9 News.
The Christchurch town cathedral, which withstood last September's quake, has become the symbolic victim of this new disaster. A large part of the 63-metre-high, 150-year-old structure was reduced to rubble. And as Peter Harvey reports, much of the town's spirit came down with it.
This is the treasured heart of Christchurch, the 150-year-old Anglican cathedral, or what's left of it.
So we've just had another aftershock, about 5 minutes after the big quake, and there is someone trapped up in the glass there. They're just sitting out of the window.